Finally, here is a pretty much guaranteed 99.99% guaranteed strategy that you guys can start using to help you generate profits with Shopify Dropshipping within 3 to 6 months. Okay guys, so here is a strategy that, well, not many people inside the Shopify dropshipping space specifically have been talking about, but it's really a strategy that you can use for your Shopify dropshipping stores to help you make pretty much 99.99% guaranteed profit with Shopify in between 3 and 6 months. So the reason I say 99.99%, I'll talk about that a bit later in the video, but really the strategy I'm going to be talking about is buying Instagram accounts, growing them, and running promos on the account to promote your store. So this kind of business model is more ideal for people who have money to invest into Shopify. So if you're like just kind of getting started with Shopify and you don't have the time to learn, ads or Facebook ads or influencers or whatever, but you do have money to invest, what you can do, what the most simplest strategy for you to follow, I would recommend, is the strategy of literally just buying influencer pages on Instagram and using those pages to bring traffic to your store. So, for this business model, I would start with about $2,000, just to play around with the water, get your feet wet, buy a few accounts, see what's working. But again, it can be done for less, but I would say a minimum of 2,000 is what you want for this particular model. And really all you need to do is DM accounts. You want to try buy accounts of people. I'm going to go through the whole process in a bit, but you're going to buy accounts of people, you're going to ask them for a bunch of info, but the main idea is you're going to be making money from these accounts, selling promos to other people if that's what you want to do, or another way to make way more money is by promoting your own Shopify store. And that's obviously, once you get sales to your Shopify store, then you can start scaling products with other influencer pages or running Facebook ads or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to break down the strategy, exactly how you should do it, what you should follow, to get started. So first thing to do is obviously you want to find the accounts that you're going to buy. So what I do is I'll get a bot, a DM bot. So a few of them include Follow Liker, which I've talked about in a different video. You can go check that out in the past, or something like InstaZood, or something that sends automated DMs to people. And what this bot does is basically sends a message saying, business related, or puts a fire emoji or something that's eye catching, and say, are you considering to buy your page? And we're looking to buy influencer pages. Please tell us your rate. And you're just trying to get loads and loads of hundreds of influencers to reply to get their rates for accounts. And typically when I do this, I would start with accounts between less than 300,000 followers. I'll talk about pricing a bit later, but less than 300,000 followers is like a good way to start. You might want to start really small, like 50,000 followers, just to see how you can manage these accounts. Are you going to manage them? Are you going to outsource this stuff to someone else? Just so you can get your feet well. Because if you go like too big at the beginning, then if something doesn't go right, then you lose all your money. And that's kind of why I said 99.99% of profit, but guaranteed profits. But when it comes to DMing people, seeing what accounts, seeing if they want to sell their accounts, there's like 5 different types of people that you're going to come across. The first one is people who really do not want to sell, and if they do sell, they're going to offer like a ridiculously high price. And typically the pricing that I go over, kind of the rule, the strategy that I follow, is I pay 1 cent per 1 follower. That's pretty simple, 1 cent per 1 follower. So if someone has 100,000 followers, I pay $1,000. If someone has 500,000 followers, $5,000. It's a pretty simple pricing strategy. But literally anything less than 1 cent per follower is like a really solid deal. But there's other things you need to consider. But that's just like a general guideline that you can follow when doing this. But basically, yeah. So if someone really doesn't want to sell, they either won't accept offers anyway, or they might say like they might have 100,000 followers, but they charge you 10,000 for their account, which is 10 cent per follower, which after a couple of years you might break even on. But that's not the type of deal we're looking to do. The second type of people are, they're not really thinking about selling, but they would accept the right offer. So maybe they would want like 5,000 for a 100k page, which again is like 5 cents per follower, which is still too high. And then the third type of people is like people who are in the market to sell. They're thinking about selling, but they have like slightly high prices, so maybe 2,000 for the 100k page, so just a little bit more. And the fourth people are like the people who really want to sell. They've been looking for a perfect buyer, and they have a legit reason for selling. Like they need to fund some college fees or like emergency or something, and they really want to sell. And the legit people, they want to sell because they have a legit reason, and they sell at the 1k or maybe like 800 or a bit less than that 1k, which is pretty good. And the fifth is the good old scammer, which I've been scammed quite a few times with these accounts. So I think I have enough experience to tell you who is a scammer and who is not a scammer when it comes to um, influencer pages. So if someone has a price that is too good to be true, let's say if they're selling a 100k page for $300, immediately I go like, no. Like a couple months ago I was like, oh, that's a good deal, and then I send them 300 and I get scammed. So now I just know if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I mean, even though the best deal I did do was I paid about 900 for a 260k follower page, which was insane. That too also had a drawback on it, and I'll explain that a little bit. So if it's too good to be true, then something must be wrong with the page. Okay, a, a cent per follower is typically what you're looking at. If someone sells at that amount, then you know that they must be more legit than the people dropping solo. Like the scammers will tend to significantly drop their prices just to get you to complete their sale. So they say, okay, it's 500, and then you say I can do 400, and they say yeah 400, and then you say I can do 300, and they say yeah 300, because they're willing to go down as much as they can. They just want to make a quick couple hundred off you, and then they won't give you the count. They'll lock you out and stuff like that, which is annoying. But again, it's happened, so I can tell you from experience. What we want to do after you collect all these prices from the accounts is just see which pages that you should buy. So I'll just narrow them down by, okay, these people are ridiculously too high, let's just avoid them. I'll make a Google sheet. I'll list out each of the accounts that have decent prices, so anything less than 1 cent or something like that per follower. I list out the page name, the followers, the engagement, the price, all that kind of stuff. And what they'll basically tell me was help me like understand, okay, this page has a decent price but they have bad engagement. This page has like a decent price but they have good engagement also. I should more likely to do this deal. But this deal costs more, but this deal costs less, and similar pages. So it'll give you a good understanding if you break it down inside of a Google sheet. But there's things that you should look out for when it comes to buying these Instagram accounts. I'll talk about monetization methods and stuff like that a bit later. But when you're buying influencer accounts, things that you should know is that influencers, they most of them do not want to scam you, but loads of them, again, they make money from Instagram, so they do whatever it takes just to make the most amount of money from Instagram. So sometimes the only reason people sell accounts, which is actually one of the reasons that this guy sold his account, the 260k account, this guy had 6 copyright strikes on the account. Now I had no idea until I bought the page. I had 6 copyright strikes, but what that basically means is that these people know the next time they get a copyright strike, the account is gone. The account is banned. Same thing with like buying a car. If you I don't know much about buying a car, but it's like a similar example, I guess. But when you're buying a car, someone has like a ridiculously low price. There might be something wrong with the car. Like no one would offer like a good car for a low price or way undervalued price. Unless there's something wrong with the car. It's got like extra 10,000 miles hidden or something. I don't know, but if someone's selling it for a low price like I did here, I was just thinking, oh, this is a good deal. And keep in mind, I did have this page for like a month, and it was growing like 1,000 followers a day, which was insane. But then I realized the next time I got copyright strike, my account would be banned, and it did get banned the next time I got copyright strike. So one thing you want to ask these influencer pages before you buy their account is, send me a screenshot of how many copyright strikes you get. And pretty easy to do. All you need to do is log into the original email, the OG email on the account, tell them to type in content or something on a search bar, and then you can see all the content copyright strikes on the account. If there's less than 5, if there's less than 3, really, that's what you want to be looking for. If there's 1, then that's fine. 2 is fine. 3 is also kind of pushing it, because you only have 4 copyright notices left, but I guess you can still play it safe from there. But anything above there is like really too high. 7 is what I've noticed when people start getting banned off Instagram. So this guy had 6, so he was trying to sell like 900. He was trying to make his 900 as soon as he could, so that I would have to deal with the shame and this everything, the consequences of losing the 900 because of that one copyright strike, which happened in like a month of me buying the account. So that's something you should be looking out for. But another thing you should look out for is their social blade. And now I made a video recently talking about why engagement rate is irrelevant. And again, that kind of it kind of is still irrelevant when you're buying Instagram accounts. All that matters is their engagement really. But you should be looking if they're buying followers or not. It's pretty easy to tell. If I was to like go to a random Instagram account, so let me just think of one. Let me just pull up Instagram actually, and let's just see. First one that pops up. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, so this page is like not the most consistent page. It's losing a bunch of followers, then it's like gaining a bunch of followers. So it's not exactly the most consistent growth chart, but it is kind of decent, to be honest, because they are starting to pick up some momentum. But you want to make sure that their social blade isn't them just losing hundreds and hundreds of followers a day, because either they bought a ton of followers previously, and now these followers who are bots or hacked accounts start unfollowing them once owners get their account back, or Instagram starts nailing down on all these accounts and banning them. That's something you should look out for. Also, you want to make sure that they're not like doing some follow unfollow strategy. So they're not unfollowing like 100 people a day and following another 100. So that's pretty cool. But you wanna check out for stuff like that inside of Social Blade. And then engagement, you wanna just check through their feed. And this is something I've came across recently. But loads of personalities, loads of personal brands on Instagram, especially makeup people I've noticed, or makeup girls at least, they've bolted their accounts so that people just put the love heart emoji or like a wow or you look good emoji and text. And you want to make sure that you're not buying accounts with these really fake comments, from engagement groups, from power likes, stuff like that, which is all something you learn once you get inside of the Instagram world. So you want to make sure that their engagement isn't fake, so they're not like faking you into thinking you're getting a good deal when in fact you're not. And another few red flags that you should look into when you're buying accounts is if the seller is again trying to negotiate with you like crazy, like he's dropped from 1,000 to 500 to 300, and he says, "Deal, let's do it," and he's trying to rush everything. Then he is definitely scamming you because he's just trying to make a quick buck. And you shouldn't be too impulsive when it comes to making a decision of a purchase. You should take your time to review, think like, hey, should I make this deal? Should I not make this deal? And just wait it out. Just literally just wait it out, because you start thinking more. You get more clarity if you start waiting things out, which is something I started to notice. So you should definitely take your time when you're buying accounts, especially because you might be doing a couple $1,000s in a deal, a couple hundred in a deal, and that isn't a small amount. Well, it isn't a small amount of money for most people, so you should be careful about that. And again, something that some influencers will tell you is to do a friends and family deal, which is no. If they're not your friends and family, you don't do friends and family. Like, from personal experience of losing multiple thousands of dollars, I know you should not do friends and family deals. Just do not do friends and family deals. And then there's something called a 50-50 deal, which is basically where an influencer tells you you send 50% of payment as friends and family, and then I'll give you the login to the account, and then you send the other 50% as goods and services. And what actually ends up happening is you send the 50% as friends and family. Okay, good. And they actually let you inside of the account. So you think, oh, yes, I'm inside of the account. And then you send them the other 50%. And what they do is they change your password, change your email, log you out. And then you've just basically lost the 50% on the friends and family. And you have like only a 75% chance, or probably less than that, of winning the 50% case on PayPal, because the seller might have proof of letting you into the account or giving you the password or something like that. So it's like really cunning what these influencers can do. I know from personal experience again. So 50-50 deals, no, just goods and services, and always offer someone to cover someone's fees, because I've noticed loads of people don't want to use goods and services because PayPal take 5% right off that. So it's kind of annoying, even for us store owners. PayPal will take 2.9%, and then a Shopify take another 2%. So it's kind of annoying. But if you cover their fees, if you're paying them 500, send them an extra $10, cover their fees, and just get on with the deal. Don't like well, not extra $10, maybe extra $20, $25, and then get on with the deal. But yeah, another thing you want to do, and it's another way I've been scammed, is by someone sending me a non-legit PayPal email. Let me explain. So I was buying an account, and I believe that account was called like Craft Videos or something like that. So Craft Videos, and he sent me the PayPal of another influencer. And what this guy was basically doing was he was buying promos from one influencer and was trying to sell me his account and send that guy's PayPal account to me, if you know what I mean. So let's say I'm person A, person B, person C. I'm trying to buy the account. Person C sends me person A's PayPal account and says that that's his PayPal account. Now, what actually happens is that person A gets the money. Person C is probably buying some sort of service, or he owes person A something, and I'm just left there thinking, why aren't you giving me my account? And then I go ahead and open a dispute on PayPal, and then I'm in a dispute with someone I do not know, person A, and he's like, what do you mean I gave you the service? Because, person A is thinking that I'm person C, but I'm person B, and then it's like a whole lot of confusion, and it sounds confusing, but influencers get really cunning and stuff when it comes to playing around with PayPal emails. So the best way you can check, at least for me, the best way I can check is I've got lists of like thousands of influencers PayPal, so I can just check if they're using someone else's PayPal, to be honest, because loads of them are super connected. But that wouldn't exactly be applicable for most of you. Most influencers have PayPal with like their own name. So if you know the guy's name, or if you're talking on WhatsApp or whatever, you can see his name. So check if the PayPal has his name in it. If it doesn't, then it's kind of dodgy. Or his page name. Most influencers have their page name as their PayPal name. So check if it's their PayPal name as well. Or if it's someone else's PayPal name or page name, then you know. And I was too stupid to notice that it was someone else's PayPal name because I worked with that guy before. And it was kind of weird, and it was annoying, but something you should keep aware of. So you can't exactly tell if a PayPal email is legit, but the best way you can do these influencer deals is right over the phone. Like call someone, get the deal done over the phone, send the payment over, photo, screenshot, video, everything like that, and make sure that he sends the password the exact same second that you send him the money, and then you'll be all good to go. So just follow a really simple process, like a couple minutes over the phone, and then you'll be all good to go. Like you don't want to do it over text messages because it might stretch out the process. The seller is always like at an advantage until he gives you the password. So you want to be safe. You want to do it over the phone, which is what I think you should do. But other tips that you should follow, or red flags that you should pay attention to, is that if the seller doesn't want to give you the OG email, the original email that's registered with the account. So let's say if I have a store and it's called Zebra Shop, and then the email is zebrashop123@gmail.com. If I was going to buy Zebra Shop, if someone was going to buy Zebra Shop, they have to make sure that they get that zebrashop123@gmail.com email. They have to get a login to that, and they have to make sure that I log out. The reason I do that is because with the OG email, that email you can easily log back into the original Instagram account. Even if you change your password, even if you change the email, even if you change your username, the phone number, two-factor authentication, all that kind of stuff. As long as you have that email, access to the email, the owner has the access to the email, he can do whatever he wants with the account. He can come back a couple months later and he can get the account back. I don't think a couple months. I think there's like a 30-day something. But you want to make sure you get that OG email, or else you might be screwed. You might be going, I have this account for 15 days, it's making a ton of money, and then boom, one day the older account owner comes back in, he's just tricked you, and you're basically screwed for that amount of time. So that's not really a good thing. Yeah, as soon as you buy the accounts, you want to make sure that you change your password immediately. Make sure the owner logs out. So again, do it over the phone. You can see him logging out and stuff like that. There might be a chance that he's logged into other devices, but hey, you can't do anything about it. Automatically, when you change the password, all devices, all other sessions are logged out, which is cool. But again, you want to make sure you change the email as well, the phone number, and activate two-factor authentication. So you need a code every time that you log into the account. which is even more protection, which is good. But there's like kind of safety rules, safety guidelines that I've personally learned over the last like couple months, couple year actually, um, from doing this. But next, I want to talk about how to start generating revenue with these Instagram accounts. Or just, I think I scared some people from all the risk of doing this. But how to start generating revenue? Really, there's multiple things you can do. You can start selling ads for other Shopify stores, other brands. Not everyone who buys ads on Instagram are Shopify stores. There are brands like these, the weight loss brands. There's like the sort of diet plans. There's that nutritional stuff. There's loads of different stuff on Instagram that sells on these pages. So it's not just people buying Shopify dropshipping ads. But that is actually another smart thing you can do. You can get people to buy ads from your page, and then when you feel like this guy has come back to you loads of times to post the same ad, then you must know that this guy's making money from your page, and then you can go like, "Hey, you're selling this product. You're buying from me multiple times. This product's making money," and then you scale the item on multiple pages. Or you scale it on your own page by keep on posting on your story, on your feed, or whatever. And you can sell ads literally anywhere. You can sell feed ads, story ads, IGTV ads, all kind of ads. Then of course you can promote your own store. So if I was doing this, maybe you can post an ad a day, which I think is a bit too much to be honest. Maybe an ad every other day is cool. Ad on the story every day, that's perfectly fine. You can use other monetization methods such as the plug app. And the plug is basically like an app that pays per download. So you just basically tell people to download an app, and let me just show you what it looks like. So it looks kind of like this, if you can see, and basically you can get affiliate links for apps on the App Store, and they'll pay you. Over here you see 7.3 plug points per download, and one plug point is like 1 cent or something like that. But that's another way you can become an affiliate for these apps and make a decent amount of money just promoting these apps as well. And yep, so the kind of gist of this is that you would make your money back in 3 to 6 months after buying the account. This has required you to ask the previous account owner how much are you making from the account in monthly revenue. So typically, if a page is making like 200 in profit or revenue, because revenue is basically profit with this model from the account, then they would sell their account from like $600 to $1,000. So again, followers isn't the most important thing. A cent per follower is again what I try to follow. But let's say if they're making way more money, let's say they have, let's say they're like 100,000 followers, but they're making 500 a month in ads from selling ads. Then you can make 1.5k in 3 months. So why would they sell for 1k? I mean, yeah, 1k. So it depends on how much they're making from the account. So that should be a better way of asking them. Well, typically what I find is 1 cent per follower is what you want to stick to. But I guess this is the most important metric. Ask them how much you're making from the account, and then you would want to break even between 3 to 6 months, which is what typically most people agree to if they're looking in the market to sell their accounts. And yeah, so if they're making 500 a month, you can expect to pay 1.5 to 3k for the account. But that 3 to 6 months is actually a pretty decent, pretty good time to break even by, because if you think about it, things like real estate, I have no idea about anything about real estate, but from what I've heard, it takes about 8 to 10, 15 years to break even on it. And then you have all the money recouped, and you also own the property. But with this, 3 to 6 months, you have all your money recouped that you invested in this account, and now you also own the account, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can go ahead and sell it if you want, as you can easily make more money from the account, or you can keep on growing it, keep on putting ads on it, double the following size and just double the sale price as well. So loads of things you can do once you've passed that 3 to 6 trial month period. So yeah, that is a pretty much a 99% guaranteed profit strategy with Instagram. 3 to 6 months is basically all you need, and like a decent upfront cost. So investments, $2,000 is what I would recommend. Anything less than that, you have to go for really small pages, and it might take way more than 3 to 6 months, maybe a year plus, to break even on them. But another reason why it's a 99% guaranteed is because I cannot 100% guarantee anything. Just like with the account that I bought a couple months ago or last month, that got banned within a month, and I thought I was going to make a ton of money from the page. But then there's also the risk factor of you get copyright strikes, you get shadow banned and stuff like that, and your big account literally goes down overnight, and Instagram won't help you. Like, I've tried, but Instagram won't help you. The only way Instagram will help you if you get like a petition and 10 million people sign it, and you send it to HM or RMSC, and you get all this stuff sorted. But that's really not gonna happen. So unless you have a super big account, of course. But yeah, if you get shadow banned, if you get your copyright strikes and stuff like that, then you're really unlikely to get your account back. So that's something that kind of another risk factor. But again, this model was proven by so many people, so many influencers use this. They buy accounts, to grow accounts, to sell accounts, but they don't exactly do it for Shopify dropshipping, which is kind of what we're talking about here. So you don't exactly have to follow this model when it comes to dropshipping. You can just do it on the side, and you don't even need a Shopify store. You can just work on Instagram all day, and then start with a decent amount of capital. But yeah, guys, I hope that strategy was pretty cool. I think I'll make a video pretty soon about this unfollow, follow, and growing account strategy, because that's also a pretty easy way that you can start generating easy money online, really. But yeah, I think I'll keep that video recommendation in mind. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy the strategy. I think I broke down everything really. So monetization, selling ads, own store, affiliates. I mean apps, app affiliate and stuff like that, and then pricing and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy. Any questions, I drop them down in the comment section down below, and I think we'll wrap this one up in real person mode. So guys, I hope you did enjoy that strategy that I revealed to you, talking about buying accounts, potentially flipping accounts, which can pretty much guarantee you make money within 3 to 6 months and break that profitable mark. And I know based off the accounts that I have bought in the past, then you can definitely see returns on your investment within 3 to 6 months, which is actually pretty impressive. But yeah, guys, if you do have any questions, make sure to drop them down in the comment section down below. Anything about the technical stuff, or how you should go about it, or what you should do, then just drop them down in the comment section down below. I'll get back to you. Or hit me up on Instagram at alexphilip_1, and I reply to all my DMs there within a week. Normally pretty instant the weekends, and some you have to wait to the weekends if you message me on a weekday. But that's still pretty cool. But yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're looking to hit 1,300 subs by the end of June, which is definitely doable. So make sure you join the Phil fam, and also click the notification bell icon so you're notified every time I drop another awesome video like this. And based on when I'm recording this, there should be another 2-3 really solid videos coming out soon, which you do not want to miss. So make sure you stay tuned for those. But yeah, guys, with that being said, hope you did enjoy. See you in the next one. Peace.